Hello everyone and welcome. In today's CT DMV permit test practice session, we'll go through 200 updated questions designed to help you prepare for the exam. When each question appears, pause the video first. Choose the answer you believe is correct, then comment your answer below before resuming the video to see the correct answer. Keep track of your score as you move through the questions, and let's get started. Question 1. When you need to brake, how can you warn drivers behind you? Option A. Tap on the brakes a couple of times. Option B. Stick your arm out the window. Option C. Swerve within your lane. Option D. Change lanes. The correct answer is option A. Tap on the brakes a couple of times. Explanation. To warn drivers behind you that you're about to slow down, it may be a good idea to first lightly tap your brake pedal a few times to make the brake lights flash. Question 2. A solid yellow X over a traffic lane means. Option A. That drivers must move out of the indicated lane because it's about to be used by oncoming traffic. Option B. That drivers may drive regularly in the indicated lane. Option C. That the indicated lane is for left turns only. Option D. That drivers may use the indicated lane but should drive with caution. The correct answer is option A. That drivers must move out of the indicated lane because it is about to be used by oncoming traffic. Explanation. Lane use control signals are used when the direction of the flow of traffic in a specific lane changes throughout the day. They are used to show which lanes of traffic are open and closed, as well as to show if toll booths are open or closed. A signal displaying a solid yellow X means that drivers must move out of the indicated lane because it is about to be used by oncoming traffic. Question 3. What does a lane use control signal with a flashing yellow X indicate? Option A. The signal is about to change to a red X. Option B. The signal is about to change to a green arrow. Option C. Drivers may use this lane only to make a left turn. Option D. Drivers may drive slowly in this lane. The correct answer is option C. Drivers may use this lane only to make a left turn. Explanation. Lane use control signals are used when the direction of the flow of traffic in a specific lane changes throughout the day. They are used to show which lanes of traffic are open and closed, as well as to show if toll booths are open or closed. When a lane control signal contains a flashing yellow X, drivers may only use that lane to complete a left turn. Question 4. Which of the following about winter driving is not true? Option A. Winter is the most difficult driving season. Option B. Checking your vehicle's antifreeze and windshield washer fluid levels is especially important during the winter. Option C. Using cruise control in winter weather is a safe thing to do. Option D. It is best to use snow tires on your vehicle. The correct answer is option A. Winter is the most difficult driving season. Explanation. You should not use cruise control on snow, in rain, in fog, or under similar hazardous conditions. Winter is the most difficult driving season and requires extra caution from drivers. It is important to consistently check your antifreeze and windshield washer fluid levels. Using snow tires can increase a vehicle's traction on the surface of slippery roads. Question 5. Unless otherwise posted, the speed limit in school zones is. Option A. 10 miles per hour. Option B. 20 miles per hour. Option C. 30 miles per hour. Option D. 50 miles per hour. The correct answer is option B. 20 miles per hour. Explanation. Unless posted otherwise, your speed is not reasonable and proper if you drive at speeds faster than 20 miles per hour in a school zone. Drivers should exercise caution when driving in an area with an increased likelihood of children or other pedestrians entering traffic. Question 6. The first thing affected after drinking alcohol is a person's. Option A. Vision. Option B. Balance. Option C. Speech. Option D. Judgment. The correct answer is option D. Judgment. Explanation. The consumption of alcohol first affects the portion of the brain that controls a person's judgment. Your judgment must remain intact for you to be a safe driver. You cannot be a safe driver after consuming alcohol. Question 7. When driving on a gravel or dirt road, you should. Option A. Slow down. Option B. Increase your speed. Option C. Come to a complete stop. Option D. Maintain your speed. The correct answer is option A. Slow down. Explanation. When driving on gravel or dirt, you need to slow down. It will take you much longer to stop on gravel or dirt than on a paved roadway, and it is much easier to skid when turning. Question 8. When driving on a road that is not a freeway, drivers should look down the road at least blank ahead of their vehicle. Option A, 12 seconds. Option B, 10 seconds. Option C, 5 seconds. Option D, 3 seconds. The correct answer is option A, 12 seconds. Explanation: drivers should always look down the road at least 12 seconds ahead of their vehicle, unless they are driving on a freeway. When on a freeway, drivers should look 20 to 30 seconds ahead of their vehicle. Looking ahead may help prevent sudden stops or turns. Question 9. A driver entering public traffic from a driveway or private road. Option A, has the right of way. Option B, should yield to drivers already on a public road. Option C, may force their way into traffic. Option D, can assume that other drivers will change lanes to make room. The correct answer is option B, should yield to drivers already on the public road. Explanation: if you are entering traffic from a driveway or private road, you should yield to drivers already on the public road. Merge safely into traffic when you are able to do so. Question 10. A cardboard box on the road. Option A, is not considered a hazard. Option B, should be avoided by driving off the roadway. Option C, could damage vehicle parts. Option D, will improve tires' traction. The correct answer is option C, could damage vehicle parts. Explanation: any foreign object on the road is potentially dangerous. For example, something seemingly harmless, such as a cardboard box or paper sack, could contain a hard or heavy object that could do serious damage to a vehicle. Question 11. In a slow, tight turn, you should: Option A, lean the motorcycle only and keep your body straight. Option B, keep the motorcycle straight and lean your body. Option C, lean both the motorcycle and your body. Option D, not lean either your body or the motorcycle. The correct answer is option A, lean the motorcycle only and keep your body straight. Explanation: in a normal turn, the motorcycle and rider should lean together. However, in a slow, tight turn, the motorcycle should lean while the rider keeps their body straight up to counterbalance. Question 12. Column 2 of the hazardous materials table contains: Option A, the names of the materials. Option B, where the materials originated. Option C, special provisions for the materials. Option D, the costs of the materials. The correct answer is option A, the names of the materials. Explanation: column 2 of the hazardous materials table lists the proper shipping names and descriptions of regulated materials. Question 13. Teenagers should try to get at least blank of sleep each night to avoid the risk of crashing due to lack of sleep. Option A, 7 hours. Option B, 6 hours. Option C, 8 hours. Option D, 9 hours. The correct answer is option C, 8 hours. Explanation: teenagers who get less than 8 hours of sleep per night are at an increased risk of crashing their vehicles when driving. Question 14. The brake pedal is part of which braking system? Option A, the service brake system. Option B, the parking brake system. Option C, the emergency brake system. Option D, the auxiliary brake system. The correct answer is option A, the service brake system. Explanation: the service brake system applies and releases the brakes when a driver presses the brake pedal while driving normally. Question 15. Pen and shape signs indicate: Option A, school zones. Option B, speed limits. Option C, railroad crossings. Option D, no passing zones. The correct answer is option D, no passing zones. Explanation: pen and shaped signs usually indicate no passing zones. Text will also be on the sign to confirm that it is a no passing zone. Question 16. Which type of vehicle is most prone to the crack-a-whip effect? Option A, a 5-axle tractor semi-trailer. Option B, a 3-axle tractor semi-trailer. Option C, a bobtail tractor. Option D, a triple trailer. The correct answer is option D, a triple trailer. Explanation: triple combination trailers are most vulnerable to the crack-the-whip effect. Question 17. You should be cautious when passing a bicycle because: Option A, you are moving faster than the bicycle. Option B, the bicycle always has the right of way. Option C, oncoming traffic may not see you pull out to pass the bicycle. Option D, the cyclist may have to swerve into traffic to avoid an object on the road. The correct answer is option D. The cyclist may have to swerve into traffic to avoid an object on the road. Explanation: you should always be cautious when passing a bicycle because the cyclist may have to swerve into traffic to avoid an object on the road. Always be particularly careful when driving near bicyclists. Question 18. Unless otherwise posted, the speed limit is blank on limited access highways. Option A, 70 miles per hour. Option B, 55 miles per hour. Option C, 45 miles per hour. Option D, 30 miles per hour. The correct answer is option A, 70 miles per hour. Explanation: unless otherwise posted, the speed limit on limited access highways is 70 miles per hour. If a posted sign indicates otherwise, follow the speed limit on the posted sign. Question 19. If you are being followed too closely on a multi-lane highway, you shouldn't. Option A, speed up to match the speed of the car behind you. Option B, move into the lane to your right to let the car pass. Option C, slow down but stay in the lane. Option D, let the driver pass and then tailgate them. The correct answer is option B, move into the lane to your right to let the car pass. Explanation: if you are being followed too closely on a multi-lane roadway, you should move into the lane to your right when the path is clear. On multi-lane roads, the far left lane is intended for use by faster vehicles passing slower vehicles. Question 20. Hydraulic brakes can fail due to Option A, a loss of pressure. Option B, cold weather. Option C, driving uphill for long periods of time. Option D, grooves in the roadway. The correct answer is option A, a loss of pressure. Explanation: failure of hydraulic brakes is often caused by a loss of hydraulic pressure. Hydraulic brakes may also fade because of overuse on a long downgrade. Question 21. If your brakes stop working, you should first: Option A, shift the car's transmission into neutral. Option B, pump the brake pedal several times and try to build up brake pressure. Option C, flash your lights at other traffic. Option D, jump out of the vehicle immediately. The correct answer is option B, pump the brake pedal several times and try to build up brake pressure. Explanation: if your brakes stop working, pump the brake pedal several times. This will often build up enough brake pressure to allow you to stop. Question 22. You are driving on a multi-lane highway and wish to change lanes. You must signal your intentions. Option A, immediately before changing lanes. Option B, only during the lane change. Option C, at least 50 feet before beginning to change lanes. Option D, at least 100 feet before beginning to change lanes. The correct answer is option D, at least 100 feet before beginning to change lanes. Explanation: signals must be given for at least 100 feet before changing lanes or turning. This is approximately the length of 5 cars. It is advisable to signal for a greater distance when driving at higher speeds. Question 23. As you near an intersection, the traffic light changes from green to yellow. Your best action is to: Option A, speed up to beat the red light. Option B, apply the brakes sharply to stop. Option C, be prepared to stop in the center of the intersection. Option D, be prepared to stop before the intersection. The correct answer is option A, speed up to beat the red light. Explanation: a steady yellow traffic light indicates that the light will soon change to red. You should be prepared to stop for the red light if it is safe to do so. Question 24. The trailer hand valve should be used. Option A, to test the trailer brakes. Option B, to check the connection between the trailer and tractor. Option C, to accelerate. Option D, to test the lights on the trailer. The correct answer is option A, to test the trailer brakes. Explanation: the trailer hand valve, also called the trolley valve or Johnson bar, is used to work the trailer brakes. It should be used only to test the brakes. Question 25. When you hear the siren or see the flashing lights of an approaching emergency vehicle, you must: Option A, slow down until it passes you. Option B, drive to the right side of the road and stop. Option C, motion for the emergency vehicle to pass you. Option D, merge into the right lane and continue driving. The correct answer is option B, drive to the right side of the road and stop. Explanation: yield the right-of-way to any approaching emergency vehicle that is using its flashing lights or siren, regardless of its direction of travel. You must immediately drive to the right side of the road and stop until the emergency vehicle has passed. If you are within an intersection, pass through the intersection before coming to a stop on the right side of the road. Question 26. The effect that alcohol has on your reflexes and judgment. Option A is less pronounced when consuming beer instead of wine. Option B is less pronounced when consuming wine instead of beer. Option C is most pronounced when consuming hard ciders and mixed drinks. Option D depends on the amount of alcohol in your bloodstream. The correct answer is option D, depends on the amount of alcohol in your bloodstream. Explanation: consuming any type of alcohol can have negative effects on your reflexes and judgment. It does not matter which type of alcohol is consumed, only how much alcohol has entered a person's bloodstream. Question 27. If your brakes fail on a downgrade, your best hope to stop is: Option A, an escape ramp. Option B, driving on the shoulder. Option C, stay on the road. Option D, hitting a slower vehicle in front of you. The correct answer is option A, an escape ramp. Explanation: if your brakes fail on a downgrade, your best option is to use an escape ramp. If no escape ramp is available, it is a good idea to look for a different escape route, such as a side road or open field. Question 28. You are waiting to turn left at a multi-lane intersection and opposing traffic is blocking your view. You should: Option A, accelerate rapidly when the first lane you need to cross is clear. Option B, wait until you can see all the lanes you need to cross before going ahead with your turn. Option C, wait for an oncoming driver to wave you across the intersection. Option D, edge your car into each lane of opposing traffic as soon as it clears. The correct answer is option B, wait until you can see all the lanes you need to cross before going ahead with your turn. Explanation: you should never start a left turn until you can see that all the lanes you need to cross are clear and that you can safely make the turn. Question 29. It is recommended that you take a curve by beginning on the outside of the curve, moving to the inside of the curve, and exiting on the outside of the curve. An alternate option is to: Option A, start on the inside of the curve and drift toward the outside. Option B, start in the center of the curve and stay there until you exit. Option C, weave between all three lane positions while taking a curve. Option D, start on the inside of the curve and stay there until you exit. The correct answer is option A, start on the inside of the curve and drift toward the outside. Explanation: if there is no traffic present, it is recommended that riders take a curve by beginning on the outside of the curve, moving to the inside of the curve, and exiting on the outside of the curve. An alternate option is to start the curve in the center of the lane and remain in the center throughout the curve. Be aware of changing road and traffic conditions and adjust as necessary. Question 30. Blank limit your concentration, perception, judgment, and memory. Option A, only a blood alcohol level greater than the legal limit can. Option B, alcohol does not. Option C, even the smallest amount of alcohol can. Option D, only a blood alcohol level greater than 0.05% can. The correct answer is option C, even the smallest amount of alcohol can. Explanation: even the smallest amount of alcohol will reduce your concentration, perception, judgment, and memory, and your driving skills will suffer. No one can drink and drive safely. Question 31. A red and white triangular sign at an intersection means: Option A, slow down if an emergency vehicle is approaching. Option B, look both ways as you cross the intersection. Option C, always come to a full stop at the intersection. Option D, slow down and be prepared to stop if necessary. The correct answer is option D, slow down and be prepared to stop if necessary. Explanation: a triangular red and white yield sign means that you must decrease speed as you approach an intersection and yield the right-of-way to any vehicles or pedestrians in the intersection. You must be prepared to stop if conditions require it. Question 32. If your car starts to skid, turn your steering wheel. Option A, to keep the front wheels straight. Option B, in the direction you want the vehicle to go. Option C, in the opposite direction of the skid. Option D, in any direction. It doesn't matter. The correct answer is option B, in the direction you want the vehicle to go. Explanation: if your vehicle goes into a skid, you should turn the steering wheel in the direction you want the vehicle to go. As soon as the vehicle begins to straighten out, turn the steering wheel back the other way. Question 33. When backing up to couple a trailer, you should position the tractor. Option A, at a 90-degree angle in front of the trailer. Option B, directly in front of the trailer. Option C, at a 30-degree angle in front of the trailer. Option D, at a 60-degree angle in front of the trailer. The correct answer is option B, directly in front of the trailer. Explanation: when backing up to couple a trailer, you should position the tractor directly in front of the trailer. Trying to couple while backing at an angle could cause the trailer to move and the landing gear to break. Question 34. When driving, how often should you check your rearview mirror for traffic behind you? Option A, every 2 to 4 seconds. Option B, every 4 to 6 seconds. Option C, every 6 to 8 seconds. Option D, every 8 to 10 seconds. The correct answer is option C, every 6 to 8 seconds. Explanation: every 6 to 8 seconds, you should look at your rearview mirror to check on the traffic behind you. Question 35. When entering a curve, you should: Option A, get off the roadway. Option B, use the shoulder. Option C, downshift. Option D, take the vehicle out of gear. The correct answer is option C, downshift. Explanation: always reduce your speed and downshift before entering a curve. Question 36. Drivers may not park within blank of a railroad crossing. Option A, 50 feet. Option B, 65 feet. Option C, 100 feet. Option D, 80 feet. The correct answer is option A, 50 feet. Explanation: you should not park within 50 feet of a railroad crossing. An improperly parked vehicle may cause a crash. Question 37. If your throttle sticks, you should: Option A, squeeze the clutch and use the engine cutoff switch. Option B, shift to neutral and apply both brakes. Option C, downshift and apply both brakes. Option D, apply the front brake. The correct answer is option A, squeeze the clutch and use the engine cutoff switch. Explanation: if your throttle becomes stuck, twist the throttle back and forth several times to free it. If this does not work, immediately operate the engine cutoff switch and pull in the clutch at the same time. Question 38. If you are driving near a motorcycle, you must: Option A, allow the motorcycle to use a complete lane. Option B, drive on the shoulder beside the motorcycle. Option C, allow the motorcycle to use only half of a lane. Option D, pass using the same lane as the motorcycle. The correct answer is option A, allow the motorcycle to use a complete lane. Explanation: a motorcycle is a full-size vehicle with the same privileges as any other vehicle on the roadway. You should allow a motorcyclist a full lane width. Although it may seem as though there is enough room in the traffic lane for a larger vehicle and a motorcycle, remember that the motorcycle needs room to maneuver safely. Question 39. How can you prevent drowsiness before a trip? Option A, get about 4 hours of sleep. Option B, plan stopping points into your trip in advance. Option C, drive alone. Option D, schedule long trips at night. The correct answer is option B, plan stopping points into your trip in advance. Explanation: to prevent drowsiness on a long trip, strategies include getting adequate sleep beforehand, planning out the route and stopping points in advance, driving with a passenger, and driving at times during which you are normally awake. Question 40. A vehicle displaying a slow-moving vehicle emblem cannot drive faster than: Option A, 10 miles per hour. Option B, 15 miles per hour. Option C, 20 miles per hour. Option D, 30 miles per hour. The correct answer is option D, 30 miles per hour. Explanation: an orange and red triangular sign indicates a slow-moving vehicle. A vehicle displaying one of these signs cannot be driven faster than 30 miles per hour. Question 41. Which of the following are used on some highways to direct drivers into the proper lanes for turning? Option A, flashing red lights. Option B, flashing yellow lights. Option C, white lines on the side of the road. Option D, white arrows in the middle of the lanes. The correct answer is option D, white arrows in the middle of the lanes. Explanation: arrows may be used to indicate which lanes should be used for specific purposes, such as driving straight or making a turn. Question 42. When using the controlled braking method in an emergency situation, you should: Option A. Apply the brakes as hard as possible without locking the wheels. Option B. Apply the brakes with about half of your usual force. Option C. Apply the brakes so the wheels lock. Option D. Apply the brakes with minimal pressure. The correct answer is option A. Apply the brakes as hard as possible without locking the wheels. Explanation: the controlled braking method for emergency stops involves applying the brakes as hard as you can without locking the wheels. Keep steering wheel movement small when braking in this way. Question 43. When faced with an oncoming car to the left and a bicyclist to the right, you should: Option A. Pull onto the shoulder. Option B. Split the difference. Option C. Let the car pass and then pass the bike. Option D. Pass the bike quickly. The correct answer is option C. Let the car pass and then pass the bike. Explanation: when there is more than one potential hazard on the road, you should ensure that you only have to deal with one of them at a time. For example, when there is a bicyclist on the right that you want to pass and an oncoming car to the left, you should not try to squeeze between both at the same time. Instead, let the oncoming car pass and then pass the bicyclist. Question 44. When sharing the road with a truck, it is important to remember that trucks generally: Option A. Require longer distances to stop than smaller vehicles do. Option B. Require less time to pass on a downgrade than smaller vehicles do. Option C. Require a smaller turning radius than smaller vehicles do. Option D. Require less time to pass on an incline than smaller vehicles do. The correct answer is option A. Require longer distances to stop than smaller vehicles do. Explanation: because of their size, trucks need longer distances to stop than smaller vehicles do. Question 45. A person's ability to drive can be impaired by: Option A. Alcohol. Option B. Any medication. Option C. A lack of sleep. Option D. All of the above. The correct answer is option A. Alcohol. Explanation: the ability to drive safely is dependent on the driver being in good physical condition. Driving can be impaired by alcohol, legal and illegal drugs, and being drowsy. Question 46. The road surface often becomes especially slippery during the first half hour of rain because: Option A. Dust and oil on the road have not yet washed away. Option B. Tires have not yet absorbed the water. Option C. Water tends to pool the most at the beginning of a rainfall. Option D. It rains hardest during that time. The correct answer is option A. Dust and oil on the road have not yet washed away. Explanation: road surfaces become especially slippery during the first half hour of rain because the dirt and oil on a road surface will not have yet washed away. The combination of water with these materials forms a greasy film that tires cannot properly grasp. Question 47. A good rule to remember for passing is: Option A. Pass on the right whenever possible. Option B. Drive with the flow of traffic and pass only as needed. Option C. Try to get to the front of any slow-moving traffic so that you can see better. Option D. Always flash your lights and sound your horn to alert other drivers to your intentions. The correct answer is option B. Drive with the flow of traffic and pass only as needed. Explanation: each time you pass another vehicle, there is an increased chance for a collision. If you are moving faster than surrounding traffic, you will have to continue passing others. Drive with the flow of traffic within the legal speed limit and pass only as needed. Question 48. You may turn right on red if you: Option A. Stop first and check for traffic and pedestrians. Option B. Are facing a red arrow. Option C. Are in the left lane. Option D. Slow down first. The correct answer is option A. Stop first and check for traffic and pedestrians. Explanation: unless a posted sign prohibits turning right on red, you may turn right at a steady red light. You must first come to a complete stop and yield to pedestrians and other traffic. Question 49. You may turn right on red at: Option A. When there is a sign prohibiting turning right on red. Option B. Before pedestrians have crossed any intersecting crosswalks. Option C. Before coming to a complete stop. Option D. After coming to a complete stop and yielding to pedestrians and vehicles in the intersection. The correct answer is option A. When there is a sign prohibiting turning right on red. Explanation: if you are turning right, you may turn on a red light after coming to a full stop. You may only turn if it is safe to do so and if there is no sign prohibiting the turn on a red light. Be careful of pedestrians crossing in front of your vehicle. Question 50. It is against the law to park within blank feet of a fire hydrant. Option A, 10. Option B, 15. Option C, 20. Option D, 25. The correct answer is option A, 10. Explanation. It is against the law to park within 10 feet of a fire hydrant. Question 51. When is it permissible to text while driving? Option A, at any time when the driver is under age 18. Option B, at any time when the driver is age 18 or older. Option C, if the driver can send a text without looking at their phone. Option D, only in emergencies. The correct answer is option C, if the driver can send a text without looking at their phone. Explanation. Drivers may not use a cell or mobile telephone for text messaging while driving, unless it is in an emergency. Looking away from the road for any amount of time increases the possibility of a collision. Question 52. The law gives blank the right-of-way at intersections. Option A, no one. Option B, drivers turning left. Option C, drivers going straight. Option D, drivers turning right. The correct answer is option D, drivers turning right. Explanation. The law does not give anyone the right-of-way at intersections. It only says who must yield. Even when one driver is legally required to yield the right-of-way, if they fail to do so, other drivers are still required to stop or yield as necessary to avoid a crash. Question 53. When driving through a work zone, you shouldn't. Option A, slow down. Option B, speed up. Option C, use a cell phone. Option D, steer with one hand to keep the other hand free. The correct answer is option A, slow down. Explanation. In work zones, you should observe posted speed limits. Slow down if road or weather conditions are poor, and slow down even further if workers are near the roadway. Question 54. You may not park. Option A, on a hill. Option B, in a parking lot. Option C, on a crosswalk or in a marked bicycle lane. Option D, within 12 inches of the right side of the road. The correct answer is option C, on a crosswalk or in a marked bicycle lane. Explanation. There are a number of locations where it is unlawful to park, including on a crosswalk or in a marked bicycle lane. When parking on the street, you must be within 12 inches of the side of the road. Question 55. When approaching a curve in the roadway, drivers should slow down. Option A, before entering the curve. Option B, after completing the curve. Option C, in the middle of the curve. Option D, only if they see approaching traffic. The correct answer is option A, before entering the curve. Explanation. Adjust your speed before entering a curve. Driving too quickly can break the grip that tires have on the road. Question 56. What should you do with loose objects in your motor vehicle? Option A, place them on the back seat. Option B, put them on the floor near the driver's seat. Option C, secure them to avoid additional driving hazards. Option D, keep them on a back shelf in your vehicle. The correct answer is option D, keep them on a back shelf in your vehicle. Explanation. Make sure that there are no packages or other objects on the rear shelf or back seat that could injure someone in the event of a sudden stop or crash. Make sure there are no objects on the floor that could roll under the brake pedal or accelerator and interfere with your safe driving. Secure all loose objects in the vehicle before driving. Question 57. It is illegal to follow within blank of an emergency vehicle that is sounding its alarm. Option A, 1 mile. Option B, 1,000 feet. Option C, 750 feet. Option D, 500 feet. The correct answer is option D, 500 feet. Explanation. Make room for ambulances, fire trucks, police cars, and other emergency vehicles. It is unlawful to follow within 500 feet of any fire truck responding to a fire alarm. Question 58. During school hours, the speed limit is blank in a school zone. Option A, 10 miles per hour. Option B, 15 miles per hour. Option C, 25 miles per hour. Option D, 30 miles per hour. The correct answer is option B, 15 miles per hour. Explanation: a five-sided sign indicates that you are in a school zone and must slow to a speed of 15 miles per hour during specified hours and when children are present. Be sure to drive with extra caution when driving in an area where children are present. Question 59. If confronted by an aggressive driver, you should: Option A, try to get out of their way. Option B, avoid making eye contact. Option C, ignore their hand gestures. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option A, try to get out of their way. Explanation: if confronted by an aggressive driver, the most important thing to do is try to get out of their way. Avoid making eye contact with the driver and do not let yourself be provoked by gestures. Do not try to challenge aggressive drivers by speeding up. Question 60. When approaching a flashing yellow light, drivers should: Option A, increase their speed. Option B, come to a complete stop. Option C, turn on their headlights. Option D, slow down and proceed with caution. The correct answer is option D, slow down and proceed with caution. Explanation: a flashing yellow light warns of a hazard. Slow down and proceed with caution. Question 61. Driving significantly under the speed limit is: Option A, dangerous. Option B, smart. Option C, safe. Option D, optional. The correct answer is option A, dangerous. Explanation: driving below the posted speed limit can also be dangerous. If you must drive slower, you should still observe the posted minimum speed limit. At places where it is unsafe to pass, the slow driver forces other drivers to creep along behind or take unnecessary risks while trying to pass. Question 62. While driving, your wheels slip off the edge of the road. You should: Option A, jerk the steering wheel to force the vehicle back onto the pavement. Option B, speed up and steer back onto the pavement gradually. Option C, slam on your brakes and stop. Option D, slow down by gently using the brakes. Turn the steering wheel to return to the pavement at a safe speed. The correct answer is option D, slow down by gently using the brakes. Turn the steering wheel to return to the pavement at a safe speed. Explanation: if your vehicle begins to leave the road, continue to drive with the wheels off the pavement and reduce your speed by gently applying the brakes. When at a safe speed, turn the steering wheel to return to the pavement. Do not attempt to force your vehicle back onto the pavement by sharply turning the steering wheel. Question 63. A no stopping sign means that, unless directed to do so by a police officer, you may stop only. Option A, long enough to unload packages. Option B, to avoid conflict with other traffic. Option C, to discharge passengers. Option D, for less than 5 minutes. The correct answer is option B, to avoid conflict with other traffic. Explanation: a no stopping sign means you can only stop to obey a traffic signal, to obey a police officer, or to prevent a conflict with another vehicle. Question 64. In a normal turn, Option A, the motorcycle and rider should lean together. Option B, the motorcycle and rider should lean in opposite directions. Option C, the motorcycle should lean, but the rider should not. Option D, the rider should lean, but the motorcycle should not. The correct answer is option A, the motorcycle and rider should lean together. Explanation: during normal turns, the motorcycle and the rider should be leaning together at the same angle. In slow, tight turns, only the motorcycle should lean while the rider keeps their body straight up. Question 65. Traffic regulations require drivers to display a turn signal for at least blank before making a turn or lane change. Option A, 50 feet. Option B, 75 feet. Option C, 100 feet. Option D, 25 feet. The correct answer is option C, 100 feet. Explanation: turn signals must be displayed for at least 100 feet before changing lanes or turning. It is advisable to signal for a greater distance when driving at increased speeds. Question 66. Where should you never make a U-turn? Option A, at the crest of a hill. Option B, where you cannot see 500 feet in both directions. Option C, near a curve. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option A, at the crest of a hill. Explanation: do not make a U-turn at the crest of a hill, near a curve, or in any other location where you cannot see 500 feet in both directions. You should only make a U-turn when it is safe to do so. Question 67. A hand valve can be used to: Option A, add fuel to a vehicle. Option B, prevent a truck from rolling backwards when starting from a stop. Option C, check the oil. Option D, load cargo. The correct answer is option B, prevent a truck from rolling backwards when starting from a stop. Explanation: if a tractor-trailer is equipped with a trailer brake hand valve, the hand valve can be applied to keep the vehicle from rolling backwards when the vehicle is started from a stop. Question 68. When traveling more slowly than 40 miles per hour on a limited access highway, you should: Option A, drive on the shoulder. Option B, use your high beams. Option C, sound your horn to warn others. Option D, use your four-way flashers. The correct answer is option D, use your four-way flashers. Explanation: if you must drive below 40 miles per hour on a limited access highway, you should use your hazard four-way flashers to warn the drivers behind you. Question 69. On a wet road, you should reduce your speed. Option A, by about 1/2. Option B, by about 1/3. Option C, by about 1/4. Option D, by about 1/8. The correct answer is option B, by about 1/3. Explanation: you should reduce your speed by about 1/3 when driving on a wet road. It can be difficult to stop or turn when operating on a slippery surface, so you must adjust your speed to drive safely under such conditions. Question 70. When passing a motorcycle, you must: Option A, allow the motorcyclist the right half of a traffic lane. Option B, allow the motorcyclist the entire width of a traffic lane. Option C, begin moving past the motorcycle before your vehicle is entirely in the passing lane. Option D, not communicate with the motorcyclist. The correct answer is option B, allow the motorcyclist the entire width of a traffic lane. Explanation: give motorcyclists, bicyclists, and pedestrians plenty of space. Use extra caution when making turns or changing lanes near one of these road users. A motorcyclist is entitled to the entire width of a traffic lane. Question 71. Curbs painted yellow indicate: Option A, designated free parking areas. Option B, paid parking areas. Option C, no parking zones. Option D, optional parking areas. The correct answer is option A, designated free parking areas. Explanation: some restricted parking areas are designated by painted curbs. Curbs painted yellow may indicate a loading zone, a fire hydrant, or other restrictions prohibiting parking. Question 72. You may not park within blank of a fire hydrant. Option A, 10 feet. Option B, 25 feet. Option C, 50 feet. Option D, 100 feet. The correct answer is option A, 10 feet. Explanation: there are many areas where a driver cannot park. You may not park within 10 feet of a fire hydrant. Question 73. Blocking is used to: Option A, prevent cargo from shifting in transit. Option B, prevent cargo from being loaded too high. Option C, prevent cargo from being unloaded too quickly. Option D, prevent cargo from being unloaded easily. The correct answer is option A, prevent cargo from shifting in transit. Explanation: blocking and bracing are used to prevent cargo from sliding in transit. Question 74. When approached by an emergency vehicle that is using its siren and or flashing lights, a driver must immediately: Option A, pull to the right and stop. Option B, pull to the right and slow down. Option C, pull to the right and turn on their vehicle's four-way flashers. Option D, stop and let the emergency vehicle pass. The correct answer is option D, stop and let the emergency vehicle pass. Explanation: when you are approached by an emergency vehicle that is using its lights, sirens, and or other warning devices, you must immediately drive to the right side of the road and stop. Question 75. Road rage is: Option A, merely an inconvenience. Option B, a criminal offense. Option C, an acceptable response to bad drivers. Option D, annoying, but not dangerous. The correct answer is option B, a criminal offense. Explanation: road rage is a criminal offense. If a minor traffic incident escalates into a far more serious situation, the drivers involved may face legal repercussions. Question 76. When entering a curve, you should: Option A, get off the roadway. Option B, use the shoulder. Option C, downshift. Option D, take the vehicle out of gear. The correct answer is option C, downshift. Explanation: it is important to take turns and curves at a safe speed. You should always downshift before entering a curve. Question 77. An active railroad crossing. Option A has a traffic control device installed at the crossing. Option B does not have any traffic control devices installed at the crossing. Option C is characterized by having at least 10 vehicles cross the tracks every hour. Option D should be avoided. The correct answer is option B, does not have any traffic control devices installed at the crossing. Explanation: active railroad crossings use installed traffic control devices to regulate traffic. These devices can be in the form of flashing red lights, warning bells, and/or gates. The directions of devices controlling railroad crossings must always be followed. Question 78. A yellow light that flashes on and off means. Option A, stop and look for other vehicles, then go if there is no traffic. Option B, stop and wait for a green light. Option C, speed up to clear the intersection quickly. Option D, slow down and proceed with caution. The correct answer is option D, slow down and proceed with caution. Explanation: a flashing yellow traffic light means drivers should slow down and proceed with caution. Question 79. You may avoid the risks of alcohol-related crashes by Option A, deciding before you start drinking that you are not going to drive. Option B, simply saying, "No thanks, I'm driving," if someone offers you a drink. Option C, calling a taxi. Option D, doing any of the above. The correct answer is option A, deciding before you start drinking that you're not going to drive. Explanation: the only way to avoid the risks of drinking and driving is to decide before you start drinking that you are not going to drive. Because alcohol affects your judgment, it will be harder for you to make safe decisions after you have started drinking. Question 80. Small amounts of a hazardous material may be transported on a bus if Option A, the driver gets paid extra. Option B, there is no other way to transport the material. Option C, the passengers are notified in advance. Option D, there is no inclement weather in the forecast. The correct answer is option B, there is no other way to transport the material. Explanation: small amounts of hazardous materials may be carried on a bus if there is no other way to transport them. However, there are certain categories of materials that may not be carried on a bus in any quantity. Question 81. Driving at night is Option A, safer than driving during the day. Option B, just as safe as driving during the day. Option C, more dangerous than driving during the day. Option D, discouraged. The correct answer is option C, more dangerous than driving during the day. Explanation: driving at night is more dangerous than driving during the day. It is more difficult for drivers to see hazards. The glare of headlights can affect drivers' vision, and there are more fatigued and impaired drivers on the road. Question 82. To prevent a rollover, a driver should Option A, keep cargo low. Option B, place cargo high. Option C, keep cargo loose. Option D, turn quickly. The correct answer is option A, keep cargo low. Explanation: rollovers can happen when a combination vehicle is turned too quickly. To help prevent the risk of rollover, it is important to keep the vehicle's center of gravity low by loading cargo as close to the ground as possible. Question 83. The top type of vehicular crash involving 16-year-old drivers in Pennsylvania is Option A, single vehicle / run off the road. Option B, being sideswiped on an interstate. Option C, driving in reverse on a side street. Option D, driving on the shoulder of a highway. The correct answer is option A, single vehicle / run off the road. Explanation: the most frequent crash type in which 16-year-old drivers in Pennsylvania are involved is a single vehicle, run-off-the-road crash. From 2009 to 2011, there were 2,293 crashes and 45 people killed. Question 84. When two vehicles arrive to an intersection at the same time, which one has the right-of-way when no signs or signals indicate rules? Option A, the car approaching from the right has the right-of-way. Option B, the car approaching from the left has the right-of-way. Option C, the car in which the driver sounds his horn first has the right-of-way. Option D, the car that is traveling the fastest has the right-of-way. The correct answer is option A, the car approaching from the right has the right-of-way. Explanation: at an intersection of two similar roads without a traffic control device, a driver must yield to a vehicle approaching from the right. Question 85. The sign with this shape and color is a blank sign. Option A, no passing zone. Option B, wrong way. Option C, railroad crossing. Option D, stop. The correct answer is option A, no passing zone. Explanation: pen and shape warning signs like this are only used to indicate a no passing zone. Question 86. The speed limit in business zones is option A, 15 miles per hour. Option B, 25 miles per hour. Option C, 30 miles per hour. Option D, 35 miles per hour. The correct answer is option B, 25 miles per hour. Explanation: unless posted otherwise, the speed limit for passenger vehicles and motorcycles in business, residential, or school areas is 25 miles per hour. Question 87. What is off-tracking? Option A, when a vehicle's front wheels follow a different path than its rear wheels. Option B, when a vehicle's wheels all follow the exact same path. Option C, when a load shifts during a turn. Option D, when a vehicle's wheels run over a curb during a turn. The correct answer is option A, when a vehicle's front wheels follow a different path than its rear wheels. Explanation: when a vehicle goes around a corner, the rear wheels follow a different path than the front wheels. This is known as off-tracking or cheating. Question 88. When a truck driver behind you wants to pass your vehicle, option A, your speed should remain steady or decrease. Option B, you should stop. Option C, you should change lanes. Option D, your speed should increase. The correct answer is option D, your speed should increase. Explanation: when a truck passes your vehicle, you will make it easier and safer for the truck driver if you reduce your speed slightly and then keep your reduced speed steady. In any event, do not increase your speed while the truck is passing you. Question 89. Where should your hands ideally be positioned on the steering wheel? Option A, 3 and 9 o'clock. Option B, 1 and 11 o'clock. Option C, 2 and 10 o'clock. Option D, 4 and 8 o'clock. The correct answer is option A, 3 and 9 o'clock. Explanation: both hands should be placed on the outside of the steering wheel at the 3 and 9 o'clock positions to maintain control of the vehicle. Placing your hands at the 2 and 10 o'clock positions is no longer recommended because it can be dangerous in a vehicle equipped with airbags. Question 90. Highway hypnosis is a driving condition that can result from option A, staring at the roadway for long periods of time. Option B, frequent rest stops. Option C, too much sleep the night before your trip. Option D, short trips on expressways. The correct answer is option A, staring at the roadway for long periods of time. Explanation: highway hypnosis happens when you stare straight ahead at the roadway for long periods of time and stop actively scanning ahead, behind, and around your vehicle. This can lead you to zone out, making you very likely to crash into traffic slowing or stopping ahead of you. Question 91. What does the tractor protection valve do? Option A, protects the tractor from being stolen. Option B, protects the tractor from exceeding a set speed. Option C, keeps air in the braking system should the trailer break away or develop a leak. Option D, ensures oil adequately lubricates the engine. The correct answer is option C, keeps air in the braking system should the trailer break away or develop a leak. Explanation: the tractor protection valve keeps air in the tractor or truck braking system should the trailer break away or develop a bad leak. Question 92. Riding in the central lane position. Option A, keeps others from seeing you. Option B, is always the safest option when approaching intersections. Option C, discourages others from sharing your lane. Option D, should be avoided if possible. The correct answer is option C, discourages others from sharing your lane. Explanation: motorcycles need a full lane to operate safely. It is dangerous and generally prohibited for a motorcycle and another vehicle to travel next to one another in the same lane. Riding in the center of your lane discourages others from trying to share your lane. Question 93. In a parking space reserved for people with disabilities, a driver with no disabled person on board. Option A, may park in an emergency. Option B, may not park, but may stop in an emergency. Option C, may not park or stop, but may stand in an emergency. Option D, may not park, stop, or stand. The correct answer is option D. May not park, stop, or stand. Explanation: it is illegal to stop, stand, or park in a space reserved for disabled persons unless the vehicle has plates or a permit for such spaces and the person who is named on the plates or permit is in the vehicle. Question 94. Off-ramps. Option A are usually safe for trucks. Option B can be dangerous for trucks. Option C should not be used by trucks. Option D should be used only if following another vehicle. The correct answer is option B, can be dangerous for trucks. Explanation: the combination of slopes and curves can make freeway on and off-ramps dangerous for trucks. Remember that posted speed limits on ramps may be safe to be driven by cars but too fast to be driven by large or heavy-loaded vehicles. Question 95. When checking the engine compartment, you should check all of the following except option A, the engine oil level. Option B, the coolant level in the radiator. Option C, the windshield washer fluid level. Option D, the fuel level. The correct answer is option C, the windshield washer fluid level. Explanation: when inspecting your vehicle's engine compartment, be sure to check the oil level, the radiator coolant level and the condition of the hoses, the power steering fluid level and the condition of the hoses, if applicable, the windshield washer fluid level, the battery connections, fluid level and tie-downs, the automatic transmission fluid level, and the condition and tightness of the belts. Additionally, check for any leaks in the engine compartment and cracked or worn electrical wiring insulation. Question 96. Drivers may not pass from either side of a blank center line. Option A, combination solid and broken yellow. Option B, single broken yellow. Option C, double solid yellow. Option D, single broken white. The correct answer is option C, double solid yellow. Explanation: a double solid yellow line down the center of a two-way road means that it is prohibited for traffic from either direction to cross the center to pass. Question 97. When parked on the side of the road, you should option A, use only the rear flashing lights. Option B, use one set of turn signals. Option C, use your high beam headlights. Option D, use your four-way flashers. The correct answer is option D, use your four-way flashers. Explanation: always turn on your four-way emergency flashers if you must park on the side of the road. This is especially important when traveling at night. Question 98. What do headers do? Option A, protect the driver during a crash. Option B, provide a place for storage. Option C, ensure that controls are accessible. Option D, act as wind guards. The correct answer is option A, protect the driver during a crash. Explanation: front-end header boards protect the driver from the forward motion of their cargo in the event of a crash or emergency stop. Question 99. After a train has passed, you should option A, cross the tracks immediately. Option B, check for another train before proceeding across the tracks. Option C, assume no other trains are nearby. Option D, slowly creep across the tracks. The correct answer is option B, check for another train before proceeding across the tracks. Explanation: after a train has passed in front of your bus, you should check the tracks for another train coming from either direction before you proceed. A second train could be approaching on a second set of tracks at the same crossing. Question 100. What is black ice? Option A, a thick layer of ice on the road. Option B, a thin layer of ice on the road. Option C, ice that is black from debris on the road. Option D, ice that is easily seen. The correct answer is option C, ice that is black from debris on the road. Explanation: black ice is a thin layer of ice that is clear enough for the road surface to be seen through it. A road covered in black ice may look like it is merely wet. Question 101. A shutoff valve. Option A is located on the front of a trailer. Option B is located on the instrument panel. Option C prevents air from escaping an air brake system. Option D should always be open. The correct answer is option C, prevents air from escaping an air brake system. Explanation: shutoff valves are used in air supply lines to control the passage of air from one trailer to another. The rear shutoff valve should always be closed to prevent air from leaving the braking system. Question 102. If your coolant level is found to be low, you should option A, drain the radiator. Option B, add more coolant. Option C, add engine oil. Option D, tighten the belts. The correct answer is option C, add engine oil. Explanation: when inspecting the engine compartment, you should check the oil level, coolant level, and windshield washer fluid level, among other things. In both cold and hot weather, it is important that the engine have enough coolant. Question 103. You are driving at night and another vehicle is approaching from the opposite direction. Your headlights, option A, should be on their high beam setting. Option B, should be on their low beam setting. Option C, should be off. Use your parking lights. Option D, may be on either their high or low beam setting. The correct answer is option D, may be on either their high or low beam setting. Explanation: do not use your high beam headlights when approaching or following another vehicle at night. Switch to the low beam setting to ensure the safety of everyone on the road. Question 104. Stress can affect your driving by option A, lowering your ability to focus on driving. Option B, decreasing your chances of an accident. Option C, causing you to fall asleep at the wheel. Option D, making you more aware of others around you. The correct answer is option A, lowering your ability to focus on driving. Explanation: emotions can have a great effect on your driving ability. You may not be able to drive well if you are overly worried, excited, afraid, angry, or sad. Stress can lessen your concentration on the task of driving. It is better to wait to drive than to risk driving while you're emotionally unstable. Question 105. What is the Johnson bar? Option A, a hand valve that works the trailer brakes. Option B, a valve that indicates the fuel level. Option C, a valve that measures the amount of liquid in the air brake system. Option D, a valve that allows for the release of excess pressure in the braking system. The correct answer is option A, a hand valve that works the trailer brakes. Explanation: the trailer hand valve, also called the trolley valve or Johnson bar, is used to work the trailer brakes. It should be used only to test the brakes. Question 106. You may turn right on red. Option A, when there is a sign prohibiting turning right on red. Option B, before pedestrians have crossed any intersecting crosswalks. Option C, after coming to a complete stop and yielding to pedestrians and vehicles in the intersection. Option D, before coming to a complete stop. The correct answer is option A, when there is a sign prohibiting turning right on red. Explanation: you may turn right on a red light after coming to a full stop. You may only turn if it is safe to do so and if there is no sign prohibiting the turn on a red light. Be watchful for pedestrians crossing in front of your vehicle. Question 107. If you need to drive in foggy weather, option A, turn on your low beam headlights. Option B, turn on your hazard lights. Option C, it is okay to drive at the maximum speed limit. Option D, do not drive at a speed above 10 miles per hour. The correct answer is option A, turn on your low beam headlights. Explanation: you are required to use your headlights during the day when visibility is reduced to 500 feet or less. When you first turn on your headlights, be sure they are adjusted to the low beam setting. Using high beams in fog or rain will cause the light to reflect back into your eyes, lowering visibility even more. Question 108. Seat belts are most effective when they are worn by option A, the person driving the car. Option B, passengers when they are on a long drive. Option C, all occupants of a car being driven on an expressway. Option D, all occupants of a car every time the car is driven. The correct answer is option A, the person driving the car. Explanation: when you drive, make sure each person in your vehicle wears a seat belt. In the event of a crash, a person without a seat belt becomes a flying object and a danger to each person in the vehicle. Question 109. Drivers entering an intersection to turn left. Option A, can wait in the intersection until they can turn left. Option B, can wait in the intersection until the light turns yellow before turning left. Option C, must wait for the green arrow before turning left. Option D, must not enter an intersection unless they can get through it without having to stop. The correct answer is option D, must not enter an intersection unless they can get through it without having to stop. Explanation: drivers must not enter an intersection unless they can get through it without having to stop. When turning left, you should wait until oncoming traffic and pedestrians clear so you are not blocking the intersection when the light turns red. Question 110. How far ahead of their vehicles should drivers scan the entire driving scene? Option A, 10 seconds ahead. Option B, 2 seconds ahead. Option C, as far ahead as possible. Option D, 5 seconds ahead. The correct answer is option C, as far ahead as possible. Explanation: scan the road as far ahead of your vehicle as possible. Scanning the road ahead helps you identify potential hazards before encountering them and may help you avoid making last-second moves. Question 111. What is tire load? Option A, the maximum air pressure of a specific tire. Option B, the maximum safe weight that a tire can carry at a specified pressure. Option C, the minimum safe weight that can be carried by a tire. Option D, the average weight of tires on a vehicle. The correct answer is option B, the maximum safe weight that a tire can carry at a specified pressure. Explanation: tire load is the maximum safe weight that can be carried by a tire at a specified pressure. This number is stated on the side of each tire. Question 112. What is another name for the service line? Option A, control line. Option B, exchange line. Option C, surplus line. Option D, parallel line. The correct answer is option A, control line. Explanation: the service line, also called the control line or signal line, carries air to the trailer brakes and is controlled by the foot brake or trailer hand brake. Question 113. You are driving on a busy street and your vehicle's accelerator sticks open. You should: Option A, blow your horn. Option B, slam on your brakes. Option C, turn on your four-way flashers. Option D, turn off your ignition, taking care not to engage the steering wheel locking mechanism. The correct answer is option D, turn off your ignition, taking care not to engage the steering wheel locking mechanism. Explanation: if your vehicle's accelerator sticks open, your vehicle will continue to maintain its speed or accelerate, even if you remove your foot from the gas pedal. Turn off the ignition, using care to move the ignition switch only far enough to stop the engine and not engage the steering wheel locking mechanism. Apply your brakes and move off the road to a safe area. Question 114. The right edge of a road is marked by a blank line. Option A, broken white. Option B, solid yellow. Option C, solid white. Option D, broken yellow. The correct answer is option C, solid white. Explanation: solid white lines are used to mark the right edge of a road. Question 115. When approaching a railroad crossing, drivers must stop within blank of the first rail when indicated to do so. Option A, 70 feet. Option B, 50 feet. Option C, 15 feet. Option D, 5 feet. The correct answer is option B, 50 feet. Explanation: any driver or pedestrian approaching a railroad crossing must stop within 50 feet, but not less than 15 feet, from the nearest rail of the railroad when warning lights are flashing, crossing gates are lowered, or drivers are otherwise instructed to stop. Question 116. When parallel parking, you may not park farther than blank inches from the curb. Option A, 10. Option B, 12. Option C, 15. Option D, 18. The correct answer is option D, 18. Explanation: when parallel parking, your vehicle should be 18 inches from the curb or closer. Always park in a place that is visible to drivers coming from both directions. Question 117. A single broken yellow line down the center of a two-lane road indicates that Option A, lanes are moving in opposite directions and operators are not permitted to pass. Option B, lanes are moving in opposite directions and operators are permitted to pass when it is safe to do so. Option C, lanes are moving in the same direction and operators are not permitted to pass. Option D, lanes are moving in the same direction and operators are permitted to pass when it is safe to do so. The correct answer is option B. Lanes are moving in opposite directions and operators are permitted to pass when it is safe to do so. Explanation: yellow lines are used to separate traffic moving in opposite directions. Dashed lines indicate that operators directly next to the line are permitted to pass when it is safe to do so. Question 118. Alcohol enters the bloodstream and quickly reaches the brain. What is affected first? Option A, judgment. Option B, speech. Option C, balance. Option D, vision. The correct answer is option A, judgment. Explanation: alcohol begins to affect a person's judgment and decision-making abilities long before the legal blood alcohol limit is reached. Question 119. Drivers entering a roundabout or traffic circle. Option A, must always stop before entering. Option B, must yield to drivers already in the roundabout or traffic circle. Option C, have the right-of-way if there is one lane. Option D, have the right-of-way if there are two lanes. The correct answer is option B, must yield to drivers already in the roundabout or traffic circle. Explanation: drivers entering a roundabout or traffic circle must yield the right-of-way to drivers already in the circle. Question 120. If you are unable to get a good view of cross traffic when stopped at an intersection controlled by a stop sign, you should: Option A, wait 5 seconds, then proceed. Option B, sound your horn before proceeding. Option C, put down your windows, listen for traffic, and then proceed. Option D, pull forward slowly, check for traffic and pedestrians, and proceed when clear. The correct answer is option D, pull forward slowly, check for traffic and pedestrians, and proceed when clear. Explanation: when stopped at a stop sign where you cannot see cross traffic, yield to any pedestrians and then carefully pull forward past the stop line until you can see clearly. Check for traffic and pedestrians. Go ahead when the intersection is clear. Question 121. It is important to frequently check the traffic behind you when: Option A, changing lanes. Option B, driving down steep hills. Option C, slowing down. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option A, changing lanes. Explanation: check the traffic behind your vehicle no less than once every 10 seconds. It is important to know what surrounding traffic is doing while you are changing lanes, backing up, slowing down, or driving down steep hills. Question 122. You may use a shared center turn lane. Option A, as a travel lane to pass other vehicles. Option B, to make a left turn onto another street, road, or driveway. Option C, to make a right turn onto another street, road, or highway. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option A, as a travel lane to pass other vehicles. Explanation: drivers may use a shared center turn lane only for the purpose of making a left turn onto or from a roadway. A center turn lane is not a travel lane and may not be used for passing. Question 123. If a tire goes flat while you are riding and you must stop, it is usually best to: Option A, relax on the handle grips. Option B, shift your weight toward the good tire. Option C, brake on the good tire and steer to the side of the road. Option D, use both brakes and stop quickly. The correct answer is option C, brake on the good tire and steer to the side of the road. Explanation: if one of your tires goes flat, hold both handle grips firmly, ease off of the throttle, and maintain a straight course. If you must brake, gradually apply the brake of the tire that is not flat if you are certain of which tire that is. As you slow down, edge to the side of the road, squeeze the clutch, and stop. Question 124. You must stop at a railroad crossing when: Option A, directed to do so by a flagger. Option B, it is controlled by a stop sign. Option C, flashing red signals and gates are present and operating. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option A, directed to do so by a flagger. Explanation: you must stop at a railroad crossing when directed to do so by a flagger or stop sign. Stop when flashing red signals and gates are present and operating. Question 125. An approaching driver fails to dim their high beam headlights. Where should you look? Option A, at the wheels of the approaching vehicle. Option B, toward the right side of the road. Option C, toward the left side of the road. Option D, straight down the middle of the road. The correct answer is option B, toward the right side of the road. Explanation: if an approaching driver fails to dim their high beams, glance toward the right side of the road. This will keep you from being blinded by the other vehicle's headlights and will allow you to see enough of the road to stay on course until the other vehicle has passed. Question 126. You may not pass other vehicles within blank of a railroad crossing. Option A, 100 feet. Option B, 200 feet. Option C, 250 feet. Option D, 300 feet. The correct answer is option A, 100 feet. Explanation: Drivers should not pass other vehicles within 100 feet of a railroad crossing. Drivers should only pass where it is safe and legal to do so. Question 127. During a trip, which shut-off valves should be open? Option A. All shut-off valves should be open. Option B. The rear shut-off valves should be open. Option C. All shut-off valves should be in the open position, except the rear shut-off valves. Option D. No shut-off valves should be open. The correct answer is option C. All shut-off valves should be in the open position, except the rear shut-off valves. Explanation: when starting a trip, be sure that all shut-off valves are in the open position except for the last valves on the rear trailer. It is important that air reaches the brakes on all trailers and that the air is not able to escape from the back of the vehicle. Question 128. HOV lanes are reserved for Option A. Vehicles with multiple passengers. Option B. Motorcycles. Option C. Government vehicles. Option D. Vehicles with one occupant. The correct answer is option D. Vehicles with one occupant. Explanation: HOV stands for high occupancy vehicles. HOV lanes are reserved for vehicles with more than one occupant. Signs indicate how many people must be in the vehicle, as well as the days and hours during which the restriction applies. Question 129. A driver under the age of 21 can be charged with operating a vehicle after underage consumption if they drive with a minimum blood alcohol content BAC of Option A, 0.01%. Option B, 0.1%. Option C, 0.08%. Option D, 0.02%. The correct answer is option C, 0.08%. Explanation: a driver under the age of 21 can be charged with operating a vehicle after underage consumption if they drive with a minimum blood alcohol content BAC between 0.02 and 0.08%. This can result in licensed suspension for between 60 days and 2 years. Question 130. Headlights. Option A are not usually necessary when driving at night. Option B provide better light than the sun. Option C should be on the high beam setting whenever possible. Option D should always be on the high beam setting. The correct answer is option D, should always be on the high beam setting. Explanation: to improve visibility, you should use high beam headlights at night where it is safe and legal to do so. However, the glare from high beam lights can blind other drivers. You should dim your lights to their low beam setting when driving within 500 feet of an approaching vehicle. Question 131. When approaching a curve on a narrow road where your view is obstructed, it is best to Option A. Stop the car, get out, and walk around the curve to see what is there. Option B. Rapidly turn your headlights on and off several times. Option C. Sound your horn and stay close to the right edge of the road while proceeding carefully. Option D. Speed up and get around the curve quickly. The correct answer is option C. Sound your horn and stay close to the right edge of the road while proceeding carefully. Explanation: Idaho's mountains can create special problems for drivers. If your view is obstructed while driving on a narrow road in the mountains and you are approaching a curve in the roadway, sound your horn and proceed carefully around the curve while remaining close to the right edge of the road. Question 132. How can you lower the risk of hydroplaning? Option A. Do not speed when the roads are wet. Option B. Use tires with proper air pressure. Option C. Replace tires with bad tread. Option D. All of the above. The correct answer is option C. Replace tires with bad tread. Explanation: hydroplaning happens when a vehicle glides on top of a thin layer of water between its tires and the road. Tires with low air pressure or bad tread can increase the risk of hydroplaning. Speeding also increases the risk. Question 133. Starting in which year were newly manufactured trailers required to have ABS? Option A. 1972. Option B. 1987. Option C. 1998. Option D. 2004. The correct answer is option C. 1998. Explanation: all trailers and converter dollies manufactured on or after March 1, 1998 must be equipped with anti-lock braking systems ABS. Question 134. If an aggressive driver cuts you off, you should Option A. Call the police immediately. Option B. Stay calm and move out of the aggressive driver's way. Option C. Flash your vehicle's lights to let the aggressive driver know he is wrong. Option D. Use a driving action of your own to get back at the aggressive driver. The correct answer is option B. Stay calm and move out of the aggressive driver's way. Explanation: if an aggressive driver cuts you off on the roadway, stay calm and get out of their way. Trying to get even with an aggressive driver risks escalating the situation and increasing the danger. Question 135. Traffic signals sometimes display arrows to control turns from specific lanes. A solid red arrow, option A, is never used as a traffic signal. Option B has the same meaning as a circular red traffic light. Option C means that drivers may turn in the direction indicated by the arrow. Option D means that the traffic the arrow is pointing toward must stop. The correct answer is option D, means that the traffic the arrow is pointing toward must stop. Explanation: a solid red arrow in a traffic signal means the same thing as a circular red traffic light. When an arrow is red, traffic in the indicated lane must stop and may not turn in the direction that the arrow is pointing. Question 136. A double solid yellow line down the center of a two-lane road indicates. Option A. Lanes are moving in opposite directions and drivers are not permitted to pass. Option B. Lanes are moving in opposite directions and drivers are permitted to pass when it is safe to do so. Option C. Lanes are moving in the same direction and drivers are not permitted to pass. Option D. Lanes are moving in the same direction and drivers are permitted to pass when it is safe to do so. The correct answer is option A. Lanes are moving in opposite directions and drivers are not permitted to pass. Explanation: yellow lines are used to separate traffic moving in opposite directions. Solid lines indicate that drivers are not permitted to pass. Question 137. You are involved in an accident. You should. Option A. Stop immediately. Option B. Help the injured. Option C. Call the police. Option D. All of the above. The correct answer is option A. Stop immediately. Explanation: if involved in an accident, you should stop your vehicle immediately. If possible, move the vehicle out of the way of traffic. Call the nearest police agency and ask for an ambulance if necessary. Do not move the injured unnecessarily, but attempt to stop severe bleeding with direct pressure. Wait for emergency vehicles to arrive. Question 138. When you park parallel to a curb or edge of roadway, you must. Option A. Park within 24 inches of the curb or edge of the roadway. Option B. Park within 18 inches of the curb or edge of the roadway. Option C. Park facing oncoming traffic. Option D. Park at an angle with the front of your vehicle facing out. The correct answer is option B. Park within 18 inches of the curb or edge of the roadway. Explanation: when parking on a public road, you must park parallel to and within 18 inches of the curb or edge of the roadway. Your vehicle should be facing in the same direction as the traffic is moving on your side of the road. Question 139. When being passed by another vehicle, motorcyclists should be alert to. Option A. The other vehicle's extended mirrors. Option B. Objects being thrown from the other vehicle. Option C. Gusts of wind coming from the passing vehicle. Option D. All of the above. The correct answer is option C. Gusts of wind coming from the passing vehicle. Explanation: when being passed, motorcyclists should be careful not to be hit by any part of the passing vehicle, including its mirrors. In addition to the vehicle itself, motorcyclists should also be aware of wind gusts coming from the passing vehicle and potential objects being thrown by a passenger in the vehicle who may not be paying attention to the road. Question 140. Pentagonal signs indicate. Option A. No passing zones. Option B. School zones. Option C. Speed limits. Option D. Railroad crossings. The correct answer is option B. School zones. Explanation: pentagonal signs indicate that you are in a school zone. Be extra alert to children and pedestrians when driving near a school. Question 141. In a normal turn, option A. Lean your motorcycle more than your body. Option B. Lean your motorcycle and your body at the same angle. Option C. Do not lean. Option D. Lean your body more than your motorcycle. The correct answer is option B. Lean your motorcycle and your body at the same angle. Explanation: in a normal turn, the motorcycle and rider should lean at the same angle. In slow, tight turns, the rider should counterbalance the motorcycle by keeping their body straight up while the motorcycle leans. Question 142. If the spring brakes are activated, you should never: Option A, push down the brake pedal. Option B, open the hood. Option C, release air from the air storage tanks. Option D, open the door to the cab. The correct answer is option A, push down the brake pedal. Explanation: never apply the brake pedal if your spring brakes are activated. Brakes can be damaged if they are subject to both springs and air pressure. Question 143. As a pedestrian, you shouldn't: Option A, always insist on the right-of-way over a vehicle when using a crosswalk. Option B, never enter a street or crosswalk when vehicles are approaching. Option C, enter a crosswalk at any time because it is the vehicle driver's responsibility to stop. Option D, use crosswalks only if they are convenient. The correct answer is option B, never enter a street or crosswalk when vehicles are approaching. Explanation: pedestrians should not enter a street or crosswalk when vehicles are approaching. Though pedestrians have the right-of-way in crosswalks, a vehicle approaching from a close distance may not have the time to stop before entering the crosswalk. Question 144. Riders in a staggered formation are passing a car on the left. After the lead rider passes, they should: Option A, return to the right portion of their original lane. Option B, return to the center portion of their original lane. Option C, return to the left portion of their original lane. Option D, signal the other riders to follow. The correct answer is option C, return to the left portion of their original lane. Explanation: after the lead rider in a group passes a car on the left, they should move into the left portion of their original lane and maintain passing speed to open up space in front of the car for the next rider in the group. Moving into the right portion of the lane is not a safe option because doing so may encourage the next rider to pass before there's room to do so safely. Question 145. How long does it take alcohol to reach the brain after being consumed? Option A, minutes. Option B, 1 hour. Option C, 2 hours. Option D, a day. The correct answer is option A, minutes. Explanation: alcohol does not need to be digested. It enters the bloodstream rapidly and reaches the brain within minutes of being consumed. Question 146. Which of the following influences the effects of alcohol? Option A, the amount of food in the stomach. Option B, the body weight of an individual. Option C, how much time passes between drinks. Option D, all three choices. The correct answer is option C, how much time passes between drinks. Explanation: your blood alcohol content BAC depends on how much alcohol you drink, how much time passes between drinks, and your weight. Eating before or while you drink helps slow the absorption of alcohol somewhat, but it cannot prevent intoxication or impairment if you have too much to drink. Question 147. Parking uphill next to a curb on a two-way street requires: Option A, your steering wheel to be turned to the left. Option B, your steering wheel to be turned to the right. Option C, your right rear tire to be resting on the curb. Option D, that you leave your car 6 inches from the curb. The correct answer is option C, your right rear tire to be resting on the curb. Explanation: if you are parking uphill on the right side of a street that has a curb, turn your steering wheel to the left and let your car roll back so that the front right tire touches the curb. This way, if your brakes fail, your vehicle will not roll into traffic. Question 148. When backing up your vehicle, you should: Option A, turn your head and body to the right to look out the rear window. Option B, use only your rearview mirror to look for obstacles to the rear of your vehicle. Option C, honk your horn so pedestrians and other vehicles know what you are doing. Option D, none of these. The correct answer is option A, turn your head and body to the right to look out the rear window. Explanation: when backing, don't depend on your mirrors. Instead, with your left hand at the top of the steering wheel, turn your head and body to the right and look out the rear window. Question 149. You should honk your horn when you: Option A, are traveling through an intersection. Option B, are passing a bicyclist. Option C, see a child who is about to run into the street. Option D, are parallel parking. The correct answer is option C, see a child who is about to run into the street. Explanation: your horn should be used as a warning in situations where you think another driver or a pedestrian does not see you. For example, if a child begins to run into the street in front of your vehicle, you should sound your horn. Question 150. When involved in a collision, you should: Option A, move the injured to their desired location. Option B, avoid moving the injured unless absolutely necessary. Option C, only call emergency personnel if it seems necessary. Option D, insist the injured are fine without immediate medical attention. The correct answer is option C, only call emergency personnel if it seems necessary. Explanation: when involved in a collision, you should assume the worst and call emergency personnel right away. If someone is injured or killed, you should not move them unless it is absolutely necessary. Question 151. What does a single dashed white line separating traffic mean? Option A, drivers may pass even if it could be dangerous. Option B, lanes move in opposite directions. Option C, drivers may not pass. Option D, drivers may pass if it is safe to do so. The correct answer is option D, drivers may pass if it is safe to do so. Explanation: white lines separate lanes of traffic that are moving in the same direction. Dashed white lines may be crossed to pass or change lanes if it is safe to do so. Question 152. When merging onto a freeway, it is usually best to: Option A, proceed slowly while waiting for an opening. Option B, accelerate to a speed that is faster than the speed of traffic. Option C, turn on your hazard lights until safely on the freeway. Option D, accelerate to the speed of freeway traffic. The correct answer is option D, accelerate to the speed of freeway traffic. Explanation: when entering a freeway, use the on-ramp to accelerate to the speed of freeway traffic so you can blend in smoothly and safely. Entering traffic must yield to traffic already on the freeway. Question 153. If there are two railroad tracks next to each other. Option A, it is always safe to proceed after one train passes. Option B, you must always stop before crossing the tracks. Option C, when one train passes, look for another train on the other track before proceeding. Option D, honk your horn as you cross the tracks. The correct answer is option C, when one train passes, look for another train on the other track before proceeding. Explanation: if there are two railroad tracks next to each other, watch for a second approaching train after one train passes. Do not begin to cross the tracks until you're sure no train is approaching from either direction on either track. Question 154. You may not park within blank of a railroad crossing. Option A, 15 feet. Option B, 25 feet. Option C, 40 feet. Option D, 50 feet. The correct answer is option D, 50 feet. Explanation: drivers may not park within 50 feet of a railroad crossing. Park where drivers can clearly see your vehicle from both directions. Question 155. To inspect slack adjusters on SCAM brakes, you need to: Option A, park on a hill and test the brakes. Option B, put on gloves and push in the slack adjusters. Option C, remove the drum and look inside. Option D, shock the wheels and disengage the parking brake. The correct answer is option B, put on gloves and push in the slack adjusters. Explanation: check each slack adjuster after parking on level ground, setting wheel chocks, and disengaging the parking brake. Pull the slack adjusters to make sure they do not move more than about 1 inch from where the push rod is attached. If they move more than 1 inch, they may be out of adjustment and will need to be fixed. Question 156. A yellow and black diamond-shaped sign. Option A, warns you about conditions on or near the road. Option B, helps direct you to cities and towns ahead. Option C, tells you about traffic laws and regulations. Option D, tells you about road construction ahead. The correct answer is option A, warns you about conditions on or near the road. Explanation: warning signs, which tell you about conditions on or near the road ahead, are usually diamond-shaped with black symbols or words on a yellow background. Question 157. Compared to driving during the day, driving at night is: Option A, less dangerous. Option B, no more or less dangerous. Option C, more dangerous. Option D, easier on your eyes. The correct answer is option C, more dangerous. Explanation: driving at night is more dangerous than driving during the day for several reasons. It is harder to see in the dark, you may be temporarily blinded by the glare from other vehicles' lights, and there are likely to be more drivers on the road who are tired or under the influence. Question 158. If using air tanks with manually operated drains, how often should you drain the tanks? Option A, every day. Option B, once a week. Option C, once a month. Option D, once every 3,000 miles. The correct answer is option A, every day. Explanation: to prevent the buildup of oil and water in a vehicle's air tanks, manually operated air tank drains should be used at the end of each day of driving. Question 159. To use the step braking method in an emergency situation, you should: Option A, apply the brakes completely until the wheels lock up, release the brakes until the wheels start rolling, then repeat the process. Option B, apply the brakes about halfway, but keep the wheels rolling. Option C, fully apply the brakes, let the wheels lock up, and hold the brake pedal down, keeping the wheels locked until the vehicle stops. Option D, apply the emergency brake. The correct answer is option A. Apply the brakes completely until the wheels lock up, release the brakes until the wheels start rolling, then repeat the process. Explanation: the stab braking method for emergency stops involves fully applying the brakes until they lock up. The brakes are then released until the wheels start rolling, then the process is repeated. Question 160. When backing up, you should: Option A, rely only on your mirrors. Option B, look over your shoulder through the rear window. Option C, rely only on a backup camera. Option D, put your head out of the driver's side window. The correct answer is option B, look over your shoulder through the rear window. Explanation: when backing up, turn your head over your shoulder and look through your rear window. Don't rely only on your rearview mirror or backup camera. Question 161. If your tractor is equipped with ABS but your trailer is not, the ABS. Option A, will not be effective. Option B, will still improve your steering control. Option C, will make jackknifing easier. Option D, will allow others to see when you brake. The correct answer is option B, will still improve your steering control. Explanation: in a tractor-trailer combination, if the tractor is equipped with an anti-lock braking system ABS but the trailer is not, the ABS will still improve the driver's steering control. The driver should keep an eye on the trailer and let up on the brakes if the trailer begins to swing out. Question 162. A single broken white line down the center of a two-lane road indicates: Option A, lanes are moving in opposite directions and drivers are not permitted to pass. Option B, lanes are moving in opposite directions and drivers are permitted to pass when it is safe to do so. Option C, lanes are moving in the same direction and drivers are not permitted to pass. Option D, lanes are moving in the same direction and drivers are permitted to pass when it is safe to do so. The correct answer is option D. Lanes are moving in the same direction and drivers are permitted to pass when it is safe to do so. Explanation: white lines are used to separate traffic moving in the same direction. Dashed lines indicate that drivers directly next to the line are permitted to pass when it is safe to do so. Question 163. Drinking coffee after drinking alcohol. Option A, decreases blood alcohol concentration. Option B, cancels the effect of the alcohol. Option C, has no effect on blood alcohol concentration. Option D, increases blood alcohol concentration. The correct answer is option C, has no effect on blood alcohol concentration. Explanation: drinking coffee will not reduce your blood alcohol concentration (BAC). While it may help you to stay awake, it cannot change your BAC or make you sober. Question 164. Crossbuck signs indicate: Option A, railroad crossings. Option B, school zones. Option C, no passing zones. Option D, hospitals. The correct answer is option A, railroad crossings. Explanation: crossbuck signs tell road users to yield to trains at railroad crossings. Motorcyclists should never try to race a train. Question 165. On two-lane two-way streets or highways, you should start left turns. Option A, close to the center line. Option B, close to the outside line. Option C, in a right lane. Option D, from any lane. The correct answer is option A, close to the center line. Explanation. On two-lane, two-way streets or highways, you should make left turns from as close to the center line as possible. Question 166. When asked to complete a driver's side parallel parking maneuver, you should: Option A. Pass the parking space while backing, then pull forward into it. Option B. Pull forward past the parking space, then back into it. Option C. Pull forward into the parking space without passing it first. Option D. Back into the parking space without passing it first. The correct answer is option B. Pull forward past the parking space, then back into it. Explanation. You may be asked to complete a parallel parking maneuver into a parking space that is to the left of your vehicle. You should drive past the parking space before backing into it while bringing the rear of your vehicle as close to the rear of the space as possible. Your vehicle should be completely within the boundaries of the space. Question 167. When using a roundabout or rotary island, drivers should: Option A. Yield to entering traffic. Option B. Yield to traffic already in the roundabout. Option C. Drive in a clockwise direction. Option D. Stop within the rotary island. The correct answer is option A. Yield to entering traffic. Explanation. A roundabout is a circular intersection that usually does not include a traffic signal and flows in a counterclockwise direction around a central island. Motorists must enter from the right, yielding to traffic already in the roundabout, and follow the circle to the right until the desired roadway is reached. Question 168. When a curb is painted blank, it indicates that drivers may park in the indicated area for only a specified amount of time. Option A. Yellow. Option B. Green. Option C. White. Option D. Red. The correct answer is option B. Green. Explanation. Painted curbs indicate parking restrictions. When a curb is painted green, it indicates that drivers may park in the area for a limited amount of time, often specified by a nearby sign. Question 169. Where should you never make a U-turn? Option A. At the crest of a hill. Option B. Near a curve. Option C. Where drivers cannot see you for 500 feet in both directions. Option D. Any of the above. The correct answer is option A. At the crest of a hill. Explanation. Do not make a U-turn at the crest of a hill, near a curve, or in a place where you or other drivers cannot see 500 feet away. You should only make a U-turn when it is safe to do so. Question 170. You may cross double solid yellow lines. Option A. To pass a slow-moving truck. Option B. To turn into a driveway. Option C. To pass another car. Option D. Under no conditions. The correct answer is option B. To turn into a driveway. Explanation. Double solid lines indicate that you may not pass or change lanes. You cannot cross the lines unless it is to turn left to enter or exit a highway, to turn into or from a driveway, or to make a U-turn where permitted. Question 171. When testing a parking brake, the vehicle should: Option A. Not be running. Option B. Be placed in a low gear while the driver attempts to pull forward. Option C. Be inspected by a professional mechanic. Option D. Be driven while the parking brake is applied. The correct answer is option D. Be driven while the parking brake is applied. Explanation. To test a parking brake, you should fasten your safety belt, set the parking brake for the power unit, release the trailer parking brake if applicable, place the vehicle in low gear, and attempt to pull forward against the parking brake. If the parking brake does not hold while you are attempting to pull forward against it, the brake is faulty and must be fixed. Question 172. An octagonal sign is always a: Option A. Speed limit sign. Option B. Stop sign. Option C. Hospital sign. Option D. Railroad warning sign. The correct answer is option B. Stop sign. Explanation. Octagonal signs are always stop signs. Come to a complete stop when approaching a red, 8-sided sign. Question 173. To check your blind spot when changing lanes to the left, you should glance: Option A. Over your right shoulder. Option B. At your side mirror. Option C. Over your left shoulder. Option D. At your rearview mirror. The correct answer is option C. Over your left shoulder. Explanation. To check your blind spot, glance over your shoulder in the direction that you want to move. Question 174. When entering a street from a driveway, you: Option A. must drive slowly to allow approaching vehicles and pedestrians time to get out of your way. Option B, must honk your horn so approaching vehicles and pedestrians know to give you room. Option C, must stop and proceed only when there are no pedestrians or vehicles approaching. Option D, can disregard any pedestrians if there is no sidewalk. The correct answer is option C, must stop and proceed only when there are no pedestrians or vehicles approaching. Explanation: always stop before entering the roadway from a driveway and yield to any approaching vehicles or crossing pedestrians. The stop should be made before crossing the sidewalk area. Failure to stop is unlawful. Question 175. If another driver is following you too closely, you should do all of the following except: Option A, avoid quick changes. Option B, increase the distance between you and the vehicle in front of you. Option C, speed up. Option D, avoid relying on tricks to help others pass. The correct answer is option D, avoid relying on tricks to help others pass. Explanation: if you are being followed too closely, you should increase your following distance, avoid making quick moves, and avoid relying on tricks such as flashing your lights to help other drivers pass. Speeding up may only increase the danger by causing the tailgater to continue tailgating you at a higher speed. Question 176. Smooth bore tanks have: Option A, bulkheads with holes to allow the flow of liquid cargo. Option B, bulkheads that limit the flow of liquid cargo. Option C, nothing inside to slow the flow of liquid cargo. Option D, mirrors to allow easier viewing of liquid cargo. The correct answer is option B, bulkheads that limit the flow of liquid cargo. Explanation: smooth bore tanks lack bulkheads inside to limit the flow of liquids. They are particularly vulnerable to front-to-back surge. Question 177. When traveling on a multi-lane roadway with traffic moving in opposite directions, how should drivers use the shared center lane? Option A, to pass other vehicles. Option B, to slow down or stop before turning left. Option C, as a through traffic lane when traffic is moving too slowly. Option D, as a parking lane. The correct answer is option C, as a through traffic lane when traffic is moving too slowly. Explanation: the only time a vehicle should enter the center lane is at a point where the vehicle will have time to slow down or stop in order to make a safe left turn maneuver. The center lane should never be used as a passing lane or as a through traffic lane. Question 178. You must stop for a school bus. Option A, that is parked on the shoulder of the road with no one in it. Option B, when it approaches you, even if its lights are not flashing. Option C, if you are both driving on a two-lane highway and its red lights are flashing. Option D, whenever the driver waves at you. The correct answer is option C, if you are both driving on a two-lane highway and its red lights are flashing. Explanation: you must stop when approaching a school bus that is displaying flashing red lights while stopped to pick up or drop off children. On a two-lane road, traffic moving in both directions must stop and remain stopped as long as the red lights near the top of the bus are flashing and or the stop arm on the left side of the bus is extended. Question 179. When getting ready to change lanes, you should: Option A, check your side view mirror. Option B, check your rear view mirror. Option C, quickly turn your head to check for other vehicles. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option C, quickly turn your head to check for other vehicles. Explanation: before changing lanes, check your side and rear view mirrors for traffic approaching you from behind. Just before you begin moving into the other lane, quickly glance over your shoulder and check for any vehicles that may be in your blind spot. Question 180. Red pavement markings or reflectors indicate: Option A, increased speed limits. Option B, decreased speed limits. Option C, a no passing zone. Option D, a roadway that must not be entered. The correct answer is option D, a roadway that must not be entered. Explanation: red pavement marking or reflectors indicate a roadway that must not be entered. If you are driving and see red reflectors or pavement markings, turn around. Question 181. Emergency vehicles. Option A, have the right of way when using sirens, horns, and or flashing lights. Option B, may use a loudspeaker to give instructions. Option C, may follow each other. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is option C, may follow each other. Explanation: you must yield the right-of-way to police cars, fire engines, ambulances, or any other emergency vehicles using a siren or air horn and a red or blue flashing light. Follow any instructions given over the emergency vehicle's loudspeakers. Emergency vehicles often follow each other, so you should proceed only when you are certain the way is clear. Question 182. By law, your vehicle's headlights must be turned on from Option A, 1 hour after sunset until 1 hour before sunrise. Option B, 1 hour before sunset until 1 hour after sunrise. Option C, 30 minutes after sunset until 30 minutes before sunrise. Option D, 30 minutes before sunset until 30 minutes after sunrise. The correct answer is option A, 1 hour after sunset until 1 hour before sunrise. Explanation: by law, your vehicle's headlights must be turned on from a half hour after sunset until a half hour before sunrise. Question 183. What do outside crossover mirrors allow a driver to see? Option A, the front bumper. Option B, the rear bumper. Option C, the right side of the bus. Option D, the left side of the bus. The correct answer is option C, the right side of the bus. Explanation: crossover mirrors are used to help a school bus driver see the danger zone area directly in front of the bus, as well as the danger zone areas to the left and right sides of the bus, including the area from the front of the bus to the service door. Question 184. Roads are most slippery right after it begins to rain because Option A, the water mixes with oil and grease on the road. Option B, the roads are naturally slippery. Option C, the gravel gets washed to the middle of the lane. Option D, some tires are not designed for rain. The correct answer is option A, the water mixes with oil and grease on the road. Explanation: roads are particularly slippery when it first begins to rain. The water mixes with oil drippings on the road that have not yet washed away, creating a slippery and dangerous mixture. Question 185. Making eye contact with a driver at an intersection. Option A is a sure sign that the driver will properly yield. Option B is important if the driver is pulling out from a side street. Option C does not mean that the driver sees you. Option D confuses the driver. The correct answer is option A, is a sure sign that the driver will properly yield. Explanation: never count on eye contact as a sign that a driver will yield. Too often, a driver looks right at a motorcyclist and still fails to see them. If a car can enter your path, assume that it will. Question 186. When approaching a blind intersection, you should Option A, ride in the portion of the lane that will bring you into other drivers' fields of vision at the earliest possible moment. Option B, always be in the left lane to be the farthest from oncoming traffic. Option C, slowly sneak up to the intersection. Option D, weave slightly in your lane so your headlight has a better chance of being spotted. The correct answer is option A, ride in the portion of the lane that will bring you into other drivers' fields of vision at the earliest possible moment. Explanation: when approaching a blind intersection, move into the part of the lane that will bring you into an oncoming driver's field of vision at the earliest possible moment. For example, when approaching a blind corner to your right, you may be seen sooner if you are in the left portion of your lane and not in the center portion. Question 187. When making a turn, you must blank your speed. Option A, increase. Option B, maintain. Option C, vary. Option D, reduce. The correct answer is option B, maintain. Explanation: when turning, you should reduce to a speed that allows you to maintain control of your vehicle, stay in your lane, and react to unexpected situations. Question 188. Unless otherwise posted, the speed limit is blank on streets and highways. Option A, 70 miles per hour. Option B, 55 miles per hour. Option C, 45 miles per hour. Option D, 30 miles per hour. The correct answer is option B, 55 miles per hour. Explanation: unless otherwise posted, the speed limit on streets and highways is 55 miles per hour. If a posted sign indicates otherwise, follow the speed limit on the posted sign. Question 189. If you need to slow down while turning, you should Option A, apply the rear brake and lean farther into the turn. Option B, never apply the brakes. Option C, use caution and apply both brakes. Option D, apply the rear brake only. The correct answer is option C, Use caution and apply both brakes. Explanation: if you must brake while turning, it is possible to use both brakes safely. Use great care when doing this. Question 190. Is unlawful to: Option A. Pass a school bus that is using its flashing red lights and has its stop arm extended. Option B. Pass within 100 feet of any intersection. Option C. Pass within 100 feet of any railroad crossing. Option D. All of the above. The correct answer is option C. Pass within 100 feet of any railroad crossing. Explanation: there are a number of situations where it is unlawful for drivers to pass. Drivers may not pass a school bus that is loading or unloading children. Passing is prohibited within 100 feet of a railroad crossing, within 100 feet of an intersection, and within any other designated no passing zone. Question 191. About blank of all traffic fatalities involve alcohol. Option A, 60%. Option B, 38%. Option C, 24%. Option D, 10%. The correct answer is option B, 38%. Explanation: drinking and driving is both illegal and dangerous. About 38% of all traffic fatalities involve alcohol. Question 192. Headlights must be used. Option A, after 6 p.m. and before 7 a.m. Option B, after 7 p.m. and before 8 a.m. Option C, after 8 p.m. and before 7 a.m. during daylight savings time. Option D, from sunset to sunrise. The correct answer is option D, from sunset to sunrise. Explanation: you must have your headlights turned on when driving from a half hour after sunset until a half hour before sunrise. Turn on your headlights when driving in lowered visibility situations. Question 193. If planning to back up your vehicle, you should: Option A, check behind your vehicle before getting in. Option B, depend entirely on your mirrors. Option C, accelerate quickly. Option D, only look to the sides of your vehicle. The correct answer is option A, check behind your vehicle before getting in. Explanation: if planning to back up your vehicle, you should check behind your vehicle before you get in. Children or small objects are difficult to see from the driver's seat. Question 194. A steady yellow light at an intersection means: Option A, go. Option B, yield to other cars. Option C, slow down and prepare to stop. Option D, stop. The correct answer is option C, slow down and prepare to stop. Explanation: a steady yellow light indicates that a steady red light will soon appear. If you are driving toward an intersection and a yellow light appears, slow down and prepare to stop. If you are already within the intersection or cannot stop safely before entering the intersection, continue through carefully. Question 195. A modulating control valve can control the: Option A, spring brakes. Option B, landing gear. Option C, air brakes. Option D, anti-lock braking system ABS. The correct answer is option A, spring brakes. Explanation: a modulating control valve allows a driver to gradually apply spring brakes. In equipped vehicles, the valve is controlled by a lever located on the dashboard. Question 196. An orange and red triangular sign on a vehicle always means: Option A, the vehicle has the right-of-way. Option B, shoulder work ahead. Option C, the vehicle is broken. Option D, slow-moving vehicle. The correct answer is option D, slow-moving vehicle. Explanation: slow-moving vehicles, such as farm tractors, road maintenance vehicles, and animal-drawn carts, display an orange and red triangle on the back. Question 197. You may not park within blank of a railroad crossing. Option A, 100 feet. Option B, 75 feet. Option C, 50 feet. Option D, 150 feet. The correct answer is option C, 50 feet. Explanation: drivers should never park within 50 feet of a railroad crossing. Drivers should only park where it is legal to do so and where drivers from both directions can clearly see the stopped vehicle. Question 198. To turn left from multi-lane, one-way streets and highways, you should start from: Option A, the middle of the intersection. Option B, the right lane. Option C, the left lane. Option D, any lane. The correct answer is option C, the left lane. Explanation. To turn left from multi-lane streets and highways, start from the left lane. Question 199. You may turn right on red. Option A, if there is a sign prohibiting turning right on red. Option B, before pedestrians have crossed any intersecting crosswalks. Option C, before coming to a complete stop. Option D, after coming to a complete stop and yielding to pedestrians and vehicles in the intersection. The correct answer is option A, if there is a sign prohibiting turning right on red. Explanation. At an intersection with a solid red traffic signal, you may turn right after coming to a full stop. You may only turn if it is safe to do so and if there is no sign prohibiting turns on a red light. Be careful of pedestrians crossing in front of your vehicle. Question 200. The two indicators that determine when you should upshift are: Option A, engine speed and road speed. Option B, other trucks and road conditions. Option C, timing and road position. Option D, oil pressure and air brake pressure. The correct answer is option A, engine speed and road speed. Explanation. There are two indicators that determine when you need to shift into a higher gear. One indicator is the engine speed RPM. You should read your vehicle's manual to learn its RPM range and shift up when you reach the top of that range. The other indicator is road speed MPH. You should learn which speeds each gear can accommodate, then keep an eye on the speedometer and shift up as needed.